If you're an e-commerce seller shipping to the US, things just changed big time. The $800 tax exemption is still not on hold, but it's probably gonna be gone. The new tariff policy means even small value shipments are no longer duty-free. So what does this mean for your business? Does it still make sense to ship directly from China, or should you start using a US warehouse? So in today's video, let's break it down and compare China fulfillment vs US warehouse, so you can make the right choice for your business. So first, let's quickly go over what's happening. Here's what changed with the new US import rules. No more $800 tax exemption. Before, any shipment under $800 could enter the US duty-free. This policy is gonna be canceled anytime now, which means even small value items must go through customs and pay tariffs. And second, on top of the existing tariffs, all Chinese origin goods now have an extra 20% tax. And third, the US custom is tightening import compliance. They require a first sale price declared, meaning you must report the actual purchase price from your manufacturer, not adjusted or artificially lowered value. And the minimum declared value is $5. If you try to declare a value lower than this and you get caught, you could face fines big time. The new policy requires more inspections, detailed declarations, and a higher chance of delays if your documents aren't in order. So you need to talk to your suppliers and provide proper invoices and correct pricing to avoid customer issues. So what is the best way to ship now? Let's compare the pros and cons of using a China warehouse versus a US warehouse. First up, let's talk about fulfilling your orders directly from China. One of the biggest advantages is cash flow, especially if you just start your business. Direct shipping from China is still your best option, even if it means raising your prices. You don't need to stock large amount of inventory upfront, you only ship when an order comes in. And even with the new tariff changes, air freight prices are actually dropping because major brands like Shein and Temu are shifting operations to Vietnam, meaning there's better rates for everyone else. And of course, let's talk about the downside. With the new custom regulations, standard shipping time might be slightly longer, especially if custom clearance takes longer time. And since the $800 exemption is gone, you will have to pay tariffs on each shipment, even small ones. For example, let's take cotton towels for example. The base tariff is 7%, and the additional duty is 20%, so it makes the total tax rate is 27%. That means 1/3 of the cost of the item goes to tariffs, something every e-commerce sellers needs to factor into their pricing strategy. And now let's talk about storing your inventory in a US warehouse and fulfill orders locally. First, of course, is the fast shipping time. If your customers are in the US, local fulfillment means 1 to 3 days shipping. And since you are shipping in bulk, you are paying duties once when your products enter the US, not an everyday order. But of course, here are some downsides to it. Storing inventory in a US warehouse meaning paying for bulk shipment upfront plus storage fees even if your products don't sell quickly, and it could be quite expensive. The sea freight shipping from China to the US is actually raising massively. The costs are about to jump by $600 to $800 per container. The US is proposing a new fines on Chinese-built cargo ships, which could increase container shipping rates by 25%. These fees could be as high as $1 million per port stop, forcing carriers to skip smaller US ports to cut costs. And if you're shipping through smaller ports, get ready to pay more just to move your products to their final destination. And not even to mention the handling fee and all the extra cost. And now let's talk about shipping itself, because I know cost and logistics can be a huge headache, especially if you're running a small or medium-sized business. But the good news, you don't need to fill an entire container just to get affordable sea freight rates. With NextSmartShip, we use LCL, which is less than container load shipping, which means your products are shipped together with others, keeping your costs down. And here's the best part, we handle everything under a DDP, which is Delivered Duty Paid model, which means no surprise tariffs for extra tax. The price we quote already includes duties and taxes. We take care of everything from labeling, repackaging, and inbound requirements, so your products smoothly enter our US warehouse without delays. And from our China warehouse to the US, it takes about 30 days. And if you're wondering whether to ship directly from China or use a US warehouse, we can help with both. We work with top fulfillment partners in the US for fast local shipping, and we handle direct shipping from China at unbeatable rates. And if you need help negotiating with your suppliers to get better pricing, we can help do that too. Our team speaks both English and Chinese, so we can bridge the gap for you. If you're interested, check the link down below for more details. We will give you free quotes within 24 hours.